Hi guys, I'm going to be building a scrapbook page today. I'm going to use some paper from this Heidi Swap paper pad. I picked this up at Tuesday morning and the price was just so good I couldn't pass it up. Usually you'd pay like 20 bucks for a big pack of paper like this, and I only paid 7. So I thought that was a great deal and I just picked it up. So I'm going to be using this paper today out of that pack, and I'm going to build my scrapbook page using a sketch from Citrus Twist Kits. And I just think a sketch is a really nice way to kind of get into scrapbooking, because I'm always trying to come up with different ways to sort of build my photos on a page, and I always kind of get lost and end up doing the same thing. So a sketch is something really nice to kind of get your creativity kick-started. So I'm just going to get right into building here. I have some photos of my son that I have printed out. I printed them wallet size and in black and white. I'm kind of into black and white photos right now with my paper crafts, just because I just think they look really great on your page. You don't have to worry about colors clashing or whatever, and it just gives a really timeless, classic look. So I'm just going to be cutting my photos out here. Like I said, I am using a sketch, and I have that up right here. So maybe I'll give you a little quick look. So that's kind of what I'm going for. I've changed a few different things around to kind of fit what I have, but I'm trying to use this sketch for my page. So I've already picked out some of my papers that I want to use. I have some paper doilies here, and I just really love paper doilies. I just think they look great, and I'm going to use them for those big circles. And on the sketch it's all right in the middle. I'm going to kind of move it down here because I just like that off-centered look. Then I have a piece of polka dot paper. I'm not quite sure what brand this is. I just found it in my scraps. I like using up scraps because you have so many pretty papers and patterns, and just kind of leave them scraps sit in your bin, to me feels like kind of a waste. So I like using them up. Anyway, I have a square piece of burlap here. I think this is ivory burlap, but it's from Canvas Corp brands, and they have lots of different colors of burlaps, and they have a lot of great products there. Burlap and canvas and lots of different things. Let's see here. So I have a few scallops. This is just plain white cardstock paper. I'm just using that. I'm kind of loosely putting things in here, and then I'm just going to kind of tweak them as I need to. Now I had some of these pre-cut little tags, and they had that little punched out notch around the edge, and I didn't like that. So I just took my scissors and I ran across the edges to kind of rough it up a little bit, give it a little bit of a distressed look there. And then I wanted to pull some more of that black and white into here, so I took some black and white ribbon and just pulled it around the edges here. So I'm going to go ahead and put these down. Now this frame is one that's it's a Heidi Swap frame, if you can see, and it's actually for use with your memory planner. And I do have a memory planner, and it fits perfectly in those pocket squares, but I just really loved this gold sparkly one, and I wanted to put it on this layout. So I'm going to go ahead and just set it here, kind of get it in place where I want it to be, I think. And then I just take little bits of ribbons or whatever. This one I folded in half and I stapled it. So it's kind of, I can kind of stick it right there. It kind of looks like it's stapled down. And then I have some white paper, but it's got a wood grain texture to it. I don't know if you can see. I just thought that would look really great for these photos here to kind of mat them on. So I'm going to put those on the side here for my other two photos. I'm going to change this a little bit, make it look. Okay. I'm liking that better. Alright, And then I have this paper bow that I cut with my Cricut, and I just thought it would look cute down here. So that's not really on the sketch, but I changed it up. And then I have a big tag that I also cut with my Cricut, and I just cut it down, and I'm going to use it here for my title. So this is kind of what is going to happen with my page. I don't have it adhered down yet, but now I want to sort of get my photos cut down to size. I'm going to put a little bit of tape adhesive right along this frame, and it's going to hold my photo where I want it. And since my photo is not big enough to cover the whole frame, I'm actually just going to cut a piece of scallop border to go down there. And if I could find my die right here, I'm going to cut a scallop border by Lawn Fawn, and I'm just going to cut it out of plain white cardstock. So I'm going to go and run that through my Sizzix. Okay, so I have my little border cut, and I'm going to just slip it in here and cover up that gap. Perfect. So I'm going to put some tape adhesive down. Then I'm going to trim this off. And I have covered the gap by just using some paper. And then on this little tag down here, I'm going to move this off to the side. This is actually just a sticker that I stuck on here. I thought that would look cute. So that's what that is. And on this little tag down here, I'm going to move this aside. I'm going to use a stamp and a stencil from Heidi Swap. Now my stencil I'm going to put here sort of sideways, and I'm going to grab some of my pink distress ink to kind of keep with that pink theme. And I'm going to grab my spun sugar. It's just a really, really light pink. I don't want this to be too overwhelming. So I'm just going to grab some of my color and brush it on. Okay, so I have that little heart. I hope you can see it. I don't know. It's kind of light on the camera. And then I'm going to just stamp this stamp that says "with all my heart." I'm going to use my Versamark VersaFine Black Onyx ink for this stamp. Just stamp it on there. So there's Here's my little title. I'm just going to stick it here. And that is pretty much what my layout is going to look like. So at this point I could go ahead and start adhering everything down. So I'm going to go ahead with that. Okay, so I have some white, this is actually Crystal DIY and Decor paint from Tattered Angels, and this is an empty bottle that I just put some water in, and so I thinned out the paint, and I'm stirring it up with a little paintbrush, and I'm just going to add some paint splatters around the edges. So I've put this little piece of cardboard here over my pictures just to protect them while I'm adding a few splatters. And I want to do some down here in this corner as well. So yeah, I think I'm just going to let that dry on its own because I don't want to warp the page with my heat gun. But I'll give you a closer look of the layout. Got everything adhered down, all of my embellishments. I used the sketch on this one. Now, I know it's kind of a girly layout. I'm actually going to be changing the photos. I'm not going to scrap my son on this page. I'm going to take up some pictures of my little niece, and I'm going to put her pictures in here and then maybe send this page off to her parents. So it's going to be a girl photo in here anyway, but I did want to kind of measure out the photos of my son, and I'll probably use them on a different scrapbook page. But anyways, so that's my scrapbooking layout for today. Thanks so much for watching, and if you have any questions or comments, I'd love to hear them. But other than that, I'm done here, so I will catch you next time. Bye.